With Clancy now officially being released, I've been making these videos where I compare it to previous 21 Pilot albums. So far we've covered Vessel, Blurryface, and Trench, and you guys have really enjoyed those and given me a lot of support, so thank you so much for that. Today, I have gotten some requests to do Clancy versus Skilled and Icy. Disclaimer. Before you get any further into this video, please know that as much as I actually defend Skilled and Icy, this video is not going to be nearly as close as the other videos. So if you're expecting like a 7-5 or a 6-6 going into the last round type of thing, it's not going to happen here. I'm just letting you know this one's probably going to be more of a blowout, and that's not me hating on Skilled and Icy. I actually really enjoy Skilled and Icy more than most people. I just think Clancy is far superior pretty much everywhere. I did still want to make this video, and I got a couple requests to do so. So yeah, we're gonna go out here and do this. Now, if you don't know how this works, I basically take every song from these albums and match them up against each other. Skilled and Icy does have less tracks than Clancy, so I did remove a couple, as well as moved the track list around just to make the matchups a little more fair. I put like The Craving to take on Formidable, as they're both songs to Jenna, rather than it taking on another random song. Let's just hop right into it. In this first matchup, we have Overcompensate taking on Good Day. Now, when I say 21 Pilots doesn't miss on an intro, here we continue it, because I guess we'll start with Overcompensate. If you watch any of my other videos, this is a spoiler if you haven't. Overcompensate is like one of my favorite 21 Pilot songs as of late, and it's also one of my favorites on Clancy. It just happens to run into absolute units, such as Jumpsuit, Ode to Sleep, and Heavy Dirty Soul. It hasn't gotten a win yet. I've said it in my other videos, I think this song's insanely catchy. I think the switch up is just perfect. I think it's all around an exceptional song. Start to finish, the song really just gets your attention, and you want more. And that's exactly what an album opener needs to do. You need to listen to it and say, I want more. And that's what Overcompensate does. Rap verses are amazing. The singing's great. The production is so crisp. The drumming is insane on this one. I can't say anything bad about Overcompensate. It just has had some unfortunate luck. Then we move on to Good Day. I am an absolute Good Day stan. I love this song. I think it's such a good vibe. I love, especially now knowing what we know in this storyline. This is a very false positive song. It feels like you're sitting down, turn on your TV, here's the title card to your favorite TV show that you're being forced to watch. I think the singing is great. I think the vibe to it's just, it's so uplifting, but knowing how this story is unfolding, it's so like uncomfortable in a way. And the dry tone at the end of the song saying it's a good day, knowing that he's being forced to put on the show for us just makes it even crazier to listen back to. I think the vibe on this song's great. I think this song is great, but I finally can say Overcompensate's going to take this one. Overcompensate finally got its long overdue win, and I'm so happy for it because it is seriously probably a top 20, top 25, 21 Pilot songs for me, and that sounds like not that impressive, but considering how many amazing songs they have out there, that's extremely impressive. It finally got a win. This is one of the closer matchups on here. I will say the rest are pretty one-sided, but yeah, it's going to be 1-0 to Clancy, and I honestly expect Clancy to take a lot of these. Our second matchup is Next Semester for Clancy taking on Choker off of Skilled and Icy. I'm going to start with Next Semester. We know my opinions on this. I think it's top 10 21 Pilot song ever, probably top 5. I value this song so highly, probably for personal reasons. I will admit that. As I say in every video I do of these, this is just my opinion. There's no right or wrong. If you disagree, that's totally fine. I just like doing my own versions of these for the album battles. It really gives me an idea as to what I enjoy the most. Next Semester, it's hard to beat this one. I don't think any song, no song is yet to beat Next Semester in this song ranking. And a song like Choker, sweet chorus, instrumental is pretty unique. It has a little bit of a Blurryface vibe to it, but the rapping, there's something off about the rapping. I don't think this is 21 Pilots in their finest form. I think they're so much stronger on Skilled and Icy. Now, I know this song has its share of love, but honestly, this is one of my least favorites off of Skilled and Icy. I think if you take out that last verse, or at least made it a little more fun, it would do a little more for me. I don't know how to explain that perfectly. It's just, I don't listen to this song very often. I think it is kind of weak when you put it up against a lot of their other songs in their discography. And this is going to be an easy win for Clancy. Next Semester absolutely demolishes this song, at least for me. Oh god, Backslide versus Shy Away. This is such a drastically different song in terms of lyrics, vibe, aesthetic, just everything. And right now when I'm speaking, I have no idea which way I'm leaning. So we're just going to say my thoughts, and by the end of this, I'll hopefully have an answer. Or I'll just end the video and this will be the whole thing. Backslide. Exceptional song. Chorus is so uplifting and powerful. I think this one gets lost in the track list of Clancy just because of how strong it is, but it's still a standout. Of course, the writing on this one's so good. I love the callbacks. He even kind of disses Skilled and Icy on this song, with a song we'll mention later. Now, as much as I think a lot of these battles are going to be very one-sided, this is the toughest matchup we probably have here. Maybe there's one or two others. I have a whole reaction to this song where when this chorus happens, literally chills and tears to my eyes. I think the writing is so deep and personal, and I feel like it kind of gets overshadowed by a lot of the other songs on Clancy. But this one is so well written, and it's definitely powerful. It still means so much to me. And then we have a song like Shy Away, where this was, I believe, the first single they dropped for Skilled and Icy, and it kind of just came out of nowhere. Totally different vibe, caught us all off guard as 21 Pilot fans. Super upbeat, super fun. I do wish the scream that is in the live versions was included in the official studio version. I think in my heart of hearts, if I had to choose one song to keep in this world, it would probably be Backslide. But with that being said, just because I know this score is going to get pretty out of hand later on, and just because I feel like these songs are so evenly matched in the amount of how much I like them, not just on a writing level, but as a song, I'm gonna give it to Shy Away. That's partly pity, so don't freak out about that. I think in my heart of hearts it is Backslide, but for the video and for the sake of making it a little more interesting, we will give this one to Shy Away. I'm just gonna move on because I don't know what else to say, really. And that's usually how YouTube works, so start a channel today. This is a fun little matchup, Midwest Indigo taking on The Outside. Midwest Indigo, super fun song, very rock heavy. Lyrics are great, it's written about Ohio. I say this every time I make a video, I really feel like a robot at this point. But what can I say about Midwest Indigo that's a little bit different? I think the vibes on these two songs are definitely different. Both of these songs have extremely catchy choruses. I would honestly say I lean towards The Outside with the catchiness to the chorus. I think they both also have great verses. Of course, The Outside goes into a rap verse, which I think actually hits pretty hard. I think it's one of the most enjoyable songs on Skilled and Icy. Definitely like top 3 for me, I'd say. Maybe top 4. And Midwest Indigo, even though I think it's a great song, it's way lower on my Clancy ranking, and that's just because the product Clancy is much stronger than something like Skilled and Icy. Now, just because I know what way this video is going, I will give the more toss-up rounds to Skilled and Icy, and that is exactly what I'm going to do here. This kind of feels like the last round, but Backslide I feel is more important to me than a song like Midwest Indigo, at least on a personal level, even though I think it's well written and definitely important for a lot of others. I'm going to give this one to The Outside, just to give Skilled and Icy a little bit more points. It's going to actually tie the score currently, but I do know later on in this track list is where we start to get a little messy. As it's a tight score, we now have Routines in the Night taking on Saturday. Now, Routines in the Night, major standout, absolute hit off of this album. Lyrics are so deep and meaningful, super relatable, most insanely catchy chorus, probably debatably on this entire album. Rap verses are insane, great flows. I love the backing vocals at the end. This song really hits. Then Saturday, very upbeat song, very pop heavy. Now, this song gets quite a bit of hate, and even Tyler mentions that on Backslide, saying he wishes he never made this song. I think this song's a great time. I think the vibe's awesome. Do I go back to it a lot? No. Is it one of my favorites on Skilled and Icy? No. Is it one of my favorites in anything? No. Routines in the Night isn't going to lose this one. Routines in the Night would beat a lot of 21 Pilot songs, though, so this was a tough matchup for Saturday, although I think a lot of songs on Clancy still overthrow it. We're going to give the lead back to Clancy, now 3-2. Okay, Vignette versus Never Take It. Never Take It gets so much hate, and I love this song. It's one of the strongest on Skilled and Icy for me, and I know that's crazy. Don't even comment. Stop typing right now. I know what you're doing. I can hear it through my screen, and I'm not even uploading this yet. I'm a Never Take It defender, but we'll start with Vignette. Love the instrumental. It hits so hard. It's very different. This is the part in Clancy where I felt, wow, they're doing something really unique and really different. And from this point on, it really feels like they go into like a very creative direction, which I appreciate so much because 21 Pilots is so big, they don't have to do things like this. I felt this one was very different for them. I'm not saying they're changing the game. I'm saying for 21 Pilots, this was different. Chorus is addicting. I love the high-pitched vocals. I love his rap verses. I think they're so good. I love the delivery on this song. And of course, he screams in this song. Are we kidding? When Tyler Joseph screams, I question my sexual preference. Sorry, that was the craziest thing I maybe ever seen, and my family might watch this video one day. I'll definitely cut that out in editing, don't forget. Anywho, moving on to Never Take It. Once again, I said I defend this song. It's so good to me. I think the chorus is very fun. I think the guitar solo is even fun, even though I know it doesn't do anything crazy. It's one of my favorites on Skilled and ICY. It's up there, top 5, I would say. I always say things like that and never actually know. I need to get it together. Now, I won't talk too much about this. As much as I love Never Take It and think it's a good time, Vignette's winning. Vignette's winning, and it's not even particularly close. It's going to double the lead for Clancy, 4-2. Okay, now we have Snapback taking on Mulberry Street. This is a part in the track list that I switched up. I don't remember if I did that for the previous songs, but I'll mention it here because I know for sure I did. Snapback. Probably my least favorite song off of Clancy. Don't get me wrong. I get the lyrics are great. I think it's phenomenally written. I just find the chorus to be a little bit boring. When I listen through Clancy, this is one I don't mind skipping. Once again, I cannot give enough credit to how well written this song is, and I totally get if this means something more powerful to you than it does for me. I get the concept, I get the theme, I get the lyrics, I really do. I just find, as a song, the chorus comes off a little snoozy. I think the verses are good. I think the pre-chorus, or whatever you'd call that, where the post-chorus, pre-chorus, I don't know, I just talk about music, I don't make it. Where he sings and has the backside reference, I think that is a major standout on this song. And the outro of this song talking about the elasticity, I think that's a strong part of the song, and if it did more of that, it would be higher up for me personally. But it doesn't do that, and I totally get it. You might love that about the song, that it doesn't do it. Music's subjective. No opinion is right or wrong per se. So for me, Snapback is lower on my list, and that's why I put it against Mulberry Street. Because Mulberry Street, I think, is a very sweet song. I think it's honestly just very cute. Written, of course, about a place in Ohio called Mulberry Street. I think the lyrics on this one are fun. I think the vibe is super, super energetic and just catchy. And I will say this is a little bit of a cheating method by me. I've seen this song live a couple times. It's honestly so much fun. I know that's not fair because he hasn't done Snapback live, or I'm not able to see it yet. For me personally, I am going to give this one to Mulberry Street. I think this one's extremely close. I don't think either of these songs do a whole lot for me. And that's why I'm just going to give it to Mulberry Street. These closer rounds I'm going to give the Skilled and ICY. Kind of cheating, but it's my video. I make the rules, okay? That's now going to make it 4-3. Clancy still leads. From this point on, it's going to get a little ugly, I can tell you that much. I know what you're thinking. Wow, this score is super close. Didn't expect him to give these many rounds to Skilled and ICY. What is he doing? This is clickbait. We're going to rain on Skilled and ICY's parade, okay? It's going to turn dry and ashy. If you know, you know. Now, I have been extremely nice to Skilled and ICY. In rounds where it debatably could or should lose, I have given them the points, and I've explained why many times. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Now we have Formidable taking on The Craving. Both of these songs are love songs to Jenna. I think Formidable is actually really, really cute and well done. I think the lyrics are great. I think the line about his loyalty boring her, it hits so hard. That's like, oh my god. He's always been great at writing these love songs to Jenna. I do find this one to be probably the weakest he's ever made for her, though, in my personal opinion. A lot of these songs in the middle of the track list for Skilled and ICY kind of just blend in together. You forget a lot of these songs if you're not an absolute diehard or something. Then we have The Craving. This is, of course, Jenna's version off the album. Slower, more passionate, more depressing. No, I wouldn't call it depressing. I don't really know what to call it. I would just call it, there's so much emotion in this. You can really feel every lyric he's singing to us and singing to Jenna. And I've said it about this song a million times. I don't think there's a song with the passion and love and devotion that he's made for Jenna. Like, this is the song. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a song like Tear in My Heart or even Smithereens does give this song a lot of troubles. But when you compare it to other songs, such as like Formidable, this one's an easy one for The Craving for me. Everything you want in a song that is a love song with lyrics like this, I'm going to give it to The Craving. Easily, too. It's not even close in my head. Although I still enjoy Formidable and think it's slightly underrated, it is not anywhere near The Craving. Oldie Station versus Bounce Man. Now, I chose this matchup because I find Oldie Station, it is super slow compared to a majority of the songs on Clancy. Same with Snapback. I adore this song. I think the writing's amazing. I love that it's a song about Tyler and where he is at in life. I love the fact that he talks about like going to Rosie's dance recital. That's the cutest thing ever. The vibe to this song is just so good, and I really have no complaints for this song. Even though I ranked it lower in my Clancy ranking, if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and check it out. It's phenomenal. It's like an 8 or 9 out of 10 song for me, and it's still so low on my Clancy ranking. Then we have a song like Bounce Man, which is the most forgettable song in 21 Pilots history, okay? Don't get me wrong, I actually heard it, I listened to it before this video because I just wanted to get a clean reminder, fresh reminder of Skill and Icy and all the songs on it, because I don't revisit it a ton. I do have a few standouts that I go back to, but Bounce Man is a song I have not heard in a very long time. Listen to it, I don't mind it, it's just doesn't do much. I think it's definitely forgettable. I think it's one of the worst 21 Pilot songs ever, which says a lot because they've made so many songs, and if I'm putting this lower on the tier list, it's not the worst. It's just, it doesn't do a lot. This is an easy win for Oldie Station, maybe the most drastic win I have on here, because at least Skill and Icy, even though it has weaker tracks compared to something on Clancy, it's still able to put up a decent fight. This one's not even close. This is a blowout. Oldie Station is great. Bounce Man, bounce out of here. Why do I have a following? So that now makes it 6-3 in favor of Clancy, and there's only 2 songs remaining. Let's just go into it. This is an absolute insane way to close off Skill and Icy. We have No Chances and then Redecorate for Skill and Icy. These last 2 songs are debatably the strongest on here. We're going to have this matchup though at the risk of feeling dumb versus No Chances. I tried to match this up differently and just nothing else felt right. I also must point out, I took off Navigating and Lavish. As you probably have noticed by now, they just did not match up well against any of these other songs. It was really sad to take off Navigating, but it's my favorite song off of Clancy. It would have destroyed anything on Skill and Icy, I'll tell you that much right now. So I felt it was fair to take that one off. We did put At the Risk of Feeling Dumb in its place to take on No Chances, because that was going to be the other option. Very different songs, vibe-wise, aesthetic-wise, lyric-wise. I'll start with At the Risk of Feeling Dumb. Adore this song with all my heart. Lyrics are great. It feels like Vessel to me, but more mature. I think when it goes into the little rock out session, it's amazing. This is a major standout for me on Clancy. If you've watched my video, you know it's like top 3 on Clancy for me right now. I think it's one of the most meaningful songs they've made in a minute, and it just means a lot to me. Now, I understand it might not mean the same to you, but for me personally, this one just, it's so special, and it would beat a lot of songs. It is running into No Chances, though, which I think is the coolest song on Skilled and Icy. This song is so heavy. This song is so creepy. This song has aura. Okay, talk about aura. No Chances has aura. Feels like the bishops are running after you. Nico is on his horse right behind you during this song. This is definitely like a major standout on Skill and Icy. Dare I say this is probably my favorite song on Skill and Icy? It is. Yeah, it is. Especially after seeing it live once again. I know that's kind of cheating. Seeing it live a couple times, it goes crazy. It's just got such a vibe to it. It's so dark. I really wish Skill and Icy went more in this direction during the latter half of this album. I understood it starting out the way it did. I wish it kind of faded into this a little bit earlier, but that's okay. That's a story for a different time. I love No Chances. I think the lyrics are great. I think his rap verses are great. I think the instrumental is just so sonically interesting and just, oh my god. It's booming, okay? Now, as much as I love No Chances, At the Risk of Feeling Dumb, I like a little bit more. So that's going to be another point. It's going to be 7-3. I believe there's a score now in favor of Clancy. I told you it's going to get ugly and a little bit out of hand. This round was insanely close, but not close enough to warrant a pity point for Skill and Icy, so I apologize for that. That's just how much I value At the Risk of Feeling Dumb. And we're going to hop into the last round. Obviously, there's no chance for Skill and Icy to come back, but it's still interesting to talk about, so let's just do it. In the final round, we have Paladin Straight taking on Redecorate. As I always say, 21 Pilots know how to open an album well and close an album well. And that's exactly what they do with these 2 tracks. I'll start with Paladin Straight. Awesome song. Super epic. Feels like you're swimming the Paladin Straight, because that's what it tells you you're doing. No, all jokes aside, Paladin Straight, it's phenomenal, because you hear this story, you feel like Tyler's gonna escape. He's getting to everyone he needs to get to escape the bishops and demon, all of that. And then Nico comes in out of nowhere and snatches him up. Super excited for this music video. I promote this all the time. Once the music video releases, I will be doing a full reaction to it. Probably going to end up with me screaming or passing out or throwing up or all of the above. So yeah, that might be my last video on YouTube because I might just pass away after it because of what happened. So we'll see. Be on the lookout for that when it comes out. I think this is an awesome song for the end of this album. I don't think it's truly the end of the Clancy era and the Dima storyline. I think it's set up for something much more grand, which is super exciting. Or it could be the end, and you know what? If it's just an ongoing spiral of never escaping this, I also get that. I think the song is so big and epic. I think when the drums finally kick in and you get those layered vocal effects on Tyler, it sounds super good. I even really think the drama of the empty space with the birds chirping adds to this song. I know some people don't like it. I know it drags the song out a lot. I kind of like it. I think it really plays this story up, especially if you've been following it for as long as I have. You build these scenes in your head, and that music video is going to do a whole lot for it. I love Paladin Straight. I think it's a great closer. Same with Redecorate. Amazing closer. Another top song off of Skilled and Icy. Probably top 3. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I need to just make a Skilled and Icy ranking or something. Redecorate has very great lyrics. I think it's also slightly eerie in the grand scheme of things. I think instrumentally it's pretty fun. I think when he repeats that chorus at the end of the song, it really packs a punch. And like I said, they always open and they always close very strong. I think the first handful of tracks on Skilled and Icy, the first 4 or so, definitely got my attention and grasped me. It lost me in the middle, and it really captured me in the end with these final 2 songs. Redecorate's very much a standout in those songs. Do I think it's better than Paladin Straight? I do not. Paladin Straight just does something for me a little extra. I think it's more important. I think lyrically it's great. And I think it packs a harder punch. So yeah. Although I love Redecorate, and I love No Chances, and I love a lot of these songs, Clancy's just so much better. It really is. And if you're a Skilled and Icy lover, I get it. I really do. I know a lot of these other album battles were extremely close, and this one wasn't, but that's how it's going to go sometimes. That ends the saga for Clancy versus. Now, I did see a comment asking for something like Vessel versus Blurryface. I think that sounds like a great time. Would you guys like me to do that? Please let me know down below in the comments. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. Just comment down below like Vessel versus Blurryface or something. And if I see enough, maybe I'll even comment it myself, pin it, and however, if I see it get a decent amount of likes, I'll go ahead and make that video. I think it sounds fun. I like to make videos that are fun. Thank you guys so much for letting me do that. I don't feel like I have to cater to a certain fan base. I'm just making what I enjoy, and I'm really enjoying these album battles. Now, I'm not just going to do 21 Pilots. I already have some planned out. Some for artists like Quedeca, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish even. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great time. If you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. The support I've been getting is absolutely unbelievable. I was just in my kitchen, and I looked at my channel and just saw how many people are watching my videos and commenting and liking, and it kind of all just hit me at once, and I said like, oh my god, this is just so surreal. And I think these album battles definitely can get some eyes, and I appreciate that. So if you're enjoying these, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop talking now because I've been talking far too long, but I'll see you guys later. Hope you stick around. Thank you for everything. Peace.